Hi everyone, this is Kinsey again from O'Fallon. Today we're going to talk about me and then Courtney here. I have a new person.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm a student at Maryville University.
She's going to help show us some exercises. So today we're going to talk about Swiss ball stuff. So balls like this, just doing some core stuff, some postural stuff, just some different exercises incorporating the ball if you have that at home. So we'll kind of go through some simple stuff, some ways to progress and get a little harder as we go. So we'll start simple and we'll get harder. The ball is really good for, you can do a lot of the stuff you do without the ball, you can do it on the ball to add a little bit of extra stability, a little bit extra core strength, make it a little bit harder. It's good for adding like a lot of stabilization exercises, a lot of mobility exercises, range of motion. It's good for balance. You can use it for posture stuff. You can use it for like fitness stuff. You can use it for a lot of things. We won't show you everything you can use it for, but we'll show you a couple things that you can use it for. A couple things if you have a ball, or if you're looking to get a ball, if you have bad balance, you just want to make sure you're in a place when you're sitting on it that you can kind of hold on to a table or hold on to something, because it is unstable, so you don't want to sit on it and lose your balance and fall. If you have like dizziness problems, you just want to be aware of that. Just before you start getting on the ball, you want to be aware of those things just in case and be a little more careful at home if you have those issues. And the first thing we're going to do, so say you buy one, we sell them online at Therapy Essentials, different sizes. So we're going to talk to you about sizing the ball too. So if you see this and you think it's a good thing for you to have at home, you'll kind of know what size to buy and how to size it on your own to make sure you're doing it right. So Courtney's going to talk about sizing the ball. I'm going to move the camera here so then you'll be able to see her.
Alright guys, the main thing we want to do whenever you sit on the ball, you want to make sure that your legs are in this nice 90-degree angle, so it's straight, and then at your knee it's straight back. And another tip or trick to make sure that you have good posture is keeping your ear in line with your shoulder, which is then in line with your hip. So this ball for me is the perfect size. And also they have on the ball boxes, they have different sizes for your height and your weight, so you can kind of see which one without having to air it up to see which one you want. So we're going to show you an example of a improperly sized ball. So this one is really big. I don't have that nice straight angle at my knee, so then I would want to either buy a different one, or with this one you can deflate it and make it easier, but it would be better just to buy a different one.
And then we don't have a picture of a smaller ball, but if you get one too small, so pretend this is a ball under me and your knees are kind of up like this, you don't want that either, because that puts you in a bad position too. So like she said, you want it just at a 90-degree angle in order to get it fitted right. Okay, and then now we're going to show you a couple of exercises too. So we're going to start off slow and kind of some basic stuff, and then we're going to move into some progressions. If you're, an athlete, or you're, the simple stuff are too easy for you, we'll show you some progressions too to kind of hit everyone, hit all the groups. So at first, go down here. So first we're going to show you a couple of stretches for your back. So if you have like a stiff back, this is just a couple of like flexion exercises to kind of help get you some motion, get you some good stretching to start with. So she's gonna lay on the floor. I'll get out of her way and kind of show you. So you're gonna put your feet on the ball there, and then you're just gonna kind of roll your knees towards your chest, and you'll feel a little stretch. And you kind of want to hold it a couple seconds, and then you're just gonna slowly go back. So this is a good back stretch for your your low back pain. And you just go kind of nice and slow. Yep. And then another one you could do, which is the same way to kind of get some of the side back muscles, you can do a rotation. So she's going to go kind of to the left, right, and then she's going to come over to the left, kind of stretching your back in a different way. The key for this one is you want to keep your pelvis and your back flat on the floor. You don't want to twist to where your hip is going up. So if she goes too far, her hip's going to come way up, and you don't want that. You want to keep that flat. Back and forth. And then next, she's going to sit on the ball here, and she's going to show, we're going to do a couple of core stuff to do here. So she's going to sit on the ball, and then first we're going to do something called pelvic tilts on the ball. So she's staying straight, good posture. You don't want to slouch on the ball. That's kind of a good thing about the ball. It kind of helps you be aware of your posture a little bit more. So she's straight up, and then she's tight in her stomach, and then she's doing a little tilt with the ball. So you can, it's a very subtle movement, but she's doing little tilts where you're kind of tucking your butt under the ball. And she's tight in her stomach as she does this. She's keeping everything tight up there. And she's just slowly tilting. And you want to be careful with this one. So when you're tilting, you don't want to arch your back. So if she goes too far this way, she's going to arch your back. You want to avoid that. You just want to go do the little tuck under. And then the next step up from this one, after you're done with the tilts, is you can do a little marching. So she's just gonna, alternate, keeping your stomach tight, little marches. This is one you kind of want to be aware of. If you're a little unsteady on the ball at first, you want to be somewhere where you can, say I'm a table, you can be somewhere where you can hold on to the table too. So that way you have a little more stability at first. And you're just gonna slowly, do some marching. And your stomach's tight during this too. So every time you're raising your leg, your stomach, you're keeping your stomach tight because that helps you kind of stay stabilized on the ball a little bit. And then I'm gonna grab a band. And then the next one we're gonna do is we're gonna use a band here, TheraBand. And if you're at home, you can tie it in a knot in the center here and shut it. I'm gonna be her door, so I'm gonna hold it for her. So she's gonna hold it. And then she's just gonna do little rows with it. Scoot this way just a little bit. There you go. She's gonna do little rows with it. So she's still maintaining that upright posture, and she's squeezing the shoulder blades. And she's also getting a little core in there too, because she has to stay stabilized on the ball. So a lot of times you can do this just normal standing, but if you want to add a little more difficulty to it, you can do it on the ball and get some core strengthening as well. And then another one you can do is called extension. So she's same position, but she's just gonna go straight arm back. Same thing, you're squeezing your shoulder blades. Just like that. Good. And then another arm one we can do. So we have hand weights here. If you have hand weights, you can use those. If you don't have hand weights, you can use like a water bottle or a can. Those are usually like about a pound. So you can use kind of stuff you have at home too if you don't have weights. So you can also do little bicep curls with it. And again, you can do it sitting too, but if you add the ball, it's a little, you're getting a little core in there, a little extra strength with it. So you can do bicep curls. You can also do kind of like an overhead press. It gets the balance a little bit because you're kind of doing a overhead movement, so you have to use your core a little bit more to stay balanced on the ball. Good. And then next one we're gonna do, this one's another step up, so this one's a little harder, and we have a foam pad here. If you're at home and you don't have a foam pad, you can use a pillow just to kind of protect your knees from a floor if you're doing it on a hard surface. So she's gonna kneel on the floor here. And then she's gonna do what's called a rollout. So this is a core exercise, and she's gonna stay. So the key is you wanna stay straight here. You don't wanna bend, so like bend at your hip. So you don't wanna bend at your hip like that. You wanna keep everything straight and go back. It'll be a pretty small movement. You don't have to go too far. Keeping your stomach tight, keeping everything solid, and you're just rolling out against it and coming back. And then another one we can try, get rid of the foam here. Opposite, it's called opposite arm, opposite leg. So she's gonna get on the ball here. And then she's gonna kind of balance. So she has her hands and her feet on the ball. I'm gonna kind of hold it so you can see her whole body here. And then she's gonna do opposite arm, opposite leg. So she's bringing out her arm there, and she's bringing out her opposite leg. And then you have to, and her other arm and other leg are always on the floor at the same time. So as she brings her arm up, your other arm and leg are there to stabilize you, but you also have to have your core working really well, otherwise you're gonna wobble on the ball. So this is a good, and you don't wanna go too high. So if she goes too high, she's gonna arch her back like that. You don't want that. You wanna kinda go just about right there, maintain a good level spine, and avoid too much extension there. So that's a good one. And then next, we're gonna do a couple postural ones. So I'm gonna grab the weights again, but again, at home you can use a water bottle or a can of soup. And she's gonna do, it's called tees on the ball. So she's right there. Her feet are on the ground there, kind of stabilizing, chest on the ball. And then she's gonna go straight out with it. So she's squeezing her shoulder blades here, and she's just going straight out. Just like that. And at first, if you want to do it without weight, just kind of see how it feels. You want to avoid shrugging your shoulders. If it's too heavy, you're going to try to shrug your shoulders, or you're going to bring your arms out here. You want them straight on like this. Just like that. And then another one we can do, grab the weights again, we can do lift off. So she's going to bring her arm straight back with it. There you go. So that's a Y. So she's coming straight up like this. And this is one, definitely you want to make sure you don't have too much weight, because if you have too much weight, you're going to really want to shrug and compensate. So you want to make sure you have a good weight or no weight. Yep. So you same thing, just without weight. You're just coming and you're squeezing your shoulder blades. And another one you can do, kind of similar to that, but you're here, and her arms are going to be straight, and then she's just going to lift straight up like this, and then back. And then straight up, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then back, up like this. And then that's another postural one as well that she could do. So a couple things you can do on the ball with your arms too. Like that. And then one that kind of works your core, it also works your glute, it works a lot of different muscles, is a bridge on the ball. So she's going to lay on her back with her feet on the ball. And then have the ball, and then she's going to kind of put her hands on the ground here to stabilize herself. And then she's just going to bridge up. And then back down. And then bridge up. And then back down. So you want to kind of get it to where you're even there. Even alignment. That's kind of how far you want to go. You don't want to go too far. And then back down. And if you're doing that and it gets really easy, you can kind of add a couple things to it. So she can bridge up and do a hamstring curl. She can bridge up and kind of tuck it under like that. And then back down.
Just hold it about 30 seconds, 3 times, then switch to the other one.
Or she could do a single leg bridge. So she can kind of put her leg up like that, and then she could just raise up on one leg. So those are two ways you can kind of do to make it harder. Working a little different muscles too. Good. And then another one, I'm gonna show you kind of a combined shoulder movement you can do on the ball. So she's gonna sit on the ball. And she's gonna hold it. So this is one, again, you can do standing. I'm sure a lot of people have done it just standing, but you can add it on the ball too to make it a little harder, a little more core too. So she's gonna start there, and then she's gonna come right up. Good. Just like that. So she's holding it with her other arm, and she's coming up like that. If you don't have a band and say you have a ball too, she can pretend like she's holding the ball, so like basketball or a med ball. She can do the same movement, just kind of a diagonal movement, and then back down, depending on what you have at home. Okay, and then one more arm one we're gonna do. So if she takes the ball and sets it up on the wall, she's gonna do a push-up on the wall. So she's gonna set it up here. She's gonna have it like that, yep. And then she's just gonna do a push-up. So it makes it a little harder because you have a little unstable surface. So you kind of have to stabilize a little bit more. And she's just gonna do a nice little push-up, kind of stabilizing yourself with the ball. Good. And then a couple more we're gonna show you. There's a higher level core exercise. So this is a pretty difficult core exercise, and it takes a lot of balance, but you're gonna do, she's gonna do like a double knees to chest on her stomach. So she's gonna kind of roll out. She'll kind of show you how you roll out on the ball. So she kind of starts there. She kind of walks out with it. And she's gonna put, her shins are kind of on the ball there. And then she's gonna bring it up. And then back. And this one takes a lot of stability, a lot of balance, and a lot of strength. So this is a higher level one that you could do if you're looking for some harder core exercises. And she's just going back and forth, just like that. And then another one she could do while she's in this position. So she's in that plank position on the ball, and then she can just tap out. I'm gonna set this here and kind of show you guys. She's just gonna tap out her leg, so she's gonna hold it, and then she's gonna tap out this leg. bring it down, and then she's gonna tap out the other leg and bring it down. And the whole time you're trying to maintain your balance on the ball there. Again, this is another pretty high level core one. It's pretty difficult. It also gets your glutes in there. So that is a couple of exercises, and we kind of started off easy, kind of some easy core stuff, easy postural stuff, and we kind of moved into some progressions you can do if those are easy, or if you're looking to make it a little harder, depending on what injury you have or what you're looking to do at home. But those are a couple of good exercises to do on the Swiss ball. Another thing is that I wanted to talk about, we have a TENS unit, and that's our product of the month on our Therapy Essentials. So after you do this whole Swiss ball workout, you get a good workout, you're pretty sore, your muscles are a little tight because you had a good workout. It's a good thing, and the TENS unit's a good thing you can use to kind of put on your muscles, and you can use it with ice, you can use it with heat, and it'll kind of help relax your muscles. If you have any soreness, it'll help kind of get rid of that too. So that's another thing you want to look at if you're on Therapy Essentials and you're looking for a ball and you think that's a good idea, and that will help to kind of recover after your workouts. You can also get that. And we have free shipping over $50 too. So if you're kind of looking to get a ball and looking to get that, get some free shipping included in that. But I hope for people with a Swiss ball or people for looking to get a Swiss ball, this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can always comment under the video too, and I can answer those. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.